guys, Marty Schwartz here with Marty Music. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. I think it's going to be helpful. It's a little concept that basically is using what's called the caged system, but it's a way to connect two really cool chord voicings with a scale, and also just visualizing how chords and scales can be combined together, you know, a lot like what Jimi Hendrix does, all the way now to, you know, John Mayer, of course, Marcus King, Derek Trucks, all these amazing players use this kind of, you know, embellishing with chords and scales at the same time. And this is a little piece that I think is really good. I have a ton of stuff like this at martymusic.com. You can check that out. I got a link below, but this would be like the cage system. Also blues rock rhythm would be in there, you know, and then scales like the major pentatonic and the tasty zone. All that stuff is great. Also, thanks for subscribing, clicking the bell notification here. Let's dig in. All right, I think this is a really cool concept and technique here. We're going to start with something, you know, pretty easy for someone who's been playing a while. You got the A major bar chord. All right, so when we have this major bar chord, we're going to connect it to another A major chord, but a different voicing. It actually is the voicing that would come from the C shape. So if you imagine the C, up a whole step, D, up a whole step is E, half step to F, whole step to G, and then whole step to A. You know, some of the open strings haven't changed. So for it to really sound like a C major chord, we'd have to bar it with our index and then form that C major chord right there. Some guitar players actually use this shape quite a bit. I don't personally use it, but I use a piece of it constantly, this little piece of it. And when it frees your pinky finger and you're not barring it anymore, there's some really amazing embellishments too. The way we find it is from the B string. So let's go back to the beginning again, A major chord. The root is on the E string right there. And it's good to know where the other notes are. That D string's the root again. And then the high E. Now if I found that A note on the B string, it's there on the 10th fret. So that's kind of how I would originally start to find it. Also, you can see that C major shape with the index bar. But that root is 10th fret B string. And then with the index finger, you're going to play 9th fret G. And then ring finger is going to be on the 11 of the D. Same chords, different voicing. So lots of really cool embellishing with this voicing. The main one you hear in the Hendrix style where you hammer on, so you make sure your index finger is covering across and that middle finger's on the 10 and you hammer that note. But then you also have the embellishment on the G string. But it feels resolved on the D string. Now if you bar it across, you also have the D shape on top here, which would be this shape below it in what we're calling the caged system, which is just studying how every single chord anywhere is derived from the C, A, G, E, or D shape. So right now we're using this one, which is derived from the E shape, and then we're using this one, which is derived from the C shape. But we're only using a little piece of it and embellishing. All right, so those are the two chords. But now we're going to connect them with a little pentatonic. This would be the A major pentatonic, and we're going to take the chord and then slide up the pentatonic until we reach the higher, that other voicing. And what happens is you can start to see the connection between a scale and a chord. And also, when you hear Hendrix do something like on Little Wing or Axis Bold as Love or, many others, John Mayer, the whole thing, they're putting these little pieces together. Not necessarily exactly what I'm showing you, but it comes from this. So take that, and then now we're going to do a little pentatonic thing. So it's going to be index on the root, and we're going to go 5, 7. So, and then we slide up to 9. Now we do 7, 9 on the A, and then 7, 9 on the D. And just know that the root, again, that A note is right there. And just for now, try and think of the ring finger as that pivot point that you slide with. Fun little exercises. Don't play the root of the scale, play the whole chord. And so this is the easiest one here would be a little piece in between. So it's like an A power chord. 7, 9, and 10. Oops. All right, so we'll take that little power chord out and just play the whole run here without the chords. So 5, 7, 9, 7, 9, 7, 9, and then slide up a whole step to 11. And that is the right finger of this C shape, or the piece of the C shape. So there is a full-on major pentatonic over this whole thing. And what's fun to challenge yourself from there is then see if you can do it, for instance, with another chord. I'll just go down a whole step. can also, you don't have to go all the way up. You can use little pieces of it. And so I was just sliding up there, but then hitting the root. But that's part of the chord too. You can see it. Try some of that out. All right, hope you guys enjoyed the lesson. Thanks again for hanging out. Hope to talk to you and see you real soon. Take care.